My name is Ashley Smith. The name of my business is Taylor's Vilag Boutique. I named it after my daughter, which her name is Taylor. Vilag means world in Hindi, but I just thought instead of saying Taylor's World Boutique, it gave it a more classy vibe, which is the goal of my business, is to provide like an elegant, classy experience. And you will see that soon. But that's why I chose the word in Hindi versus like in the English version. And it hit with me. It just clicked. It was like, yeah, Taylor's Vilag. It makes it like its own personal, which is like what I do in my store. Everything is unique and personal. It has been I've been around since like 2017, 18, but for here, just this year in the state of Texas. So funny story. I was pregnant with my daughter, and when I was pregnant with her, I went into Lane Bryant's. They were really rude to me actually, because I was like, I was still small, but like my bust up here was bigger. I was like a size F, so I needed to get bigger bras. I went in there. They didn't want to serve me. They told me to leave, and I started to look around. And I saw that they really didn't have clothes for our more shapely women, nice curves and shapes. And I'm like, okay, so they don't have anything to wear. And I'm like, so I'm seeing that this could be why a lot of their self-esteems are low. So I went out and made it my mission to not only provide clothes for people my size or any sizes that were larger than me. I want to make sure they all had something nice. So people are able to come to my store and get something for them that's gonna look good on them no matter what they pick up. And it gives them something to be happy about, to feel good about themselves. So when they come in, they have that sense of pride and high self-esteem with their heads held high when they leave. So they don't leave out the same way they came in, which is my goal. And all sizes are beautiful to me. I want them to feel that and know that and be proud of themselves, their bodies, who they are as a person. So I'm big on uplifting and elevating our youth and our women to know that it's very important to love yourself, because you need to love yourself, because there's already a world against you, so you need to be for you more than they are. I even have stuff for pregnant. Like I had pregnant women modeling in my clothes. Yeah, so it's something for everybody, literally. Well, for one, everything in it is something that they're not going to get anywhere else. To the experience alone, them coming in, the feelings that they get, and this has been, even if they look at reviews and stuff, it's a certain kind of vibe that they get when they come in, the way that they're treated, the way that they feel, the way that they felt when they left, and it's just not something that they feel when they go somewhere else. It's almost like they felt like they were at home, and like they had another mother. I've had some younger girls come up to me and tell me that they were inspired by me when they come in there, and they're like, I wish I had a mother like you that named the place after me, that taught me to love myself like you're teaching me now, but I'm grown now, but I wish I had you when I was younger. So I'm not just a boutique. I'm like a person that's there, that's building up people as a person out here. I'm uplifting the community at the same time as providing a service with the boutique. Almost like if I was to have like a staff per se in there, it would be like a real calm, chill vibe, because I'm like a calm person. So when people come around, they feel like they're at home almost. They're like relaxed. It's a relaxed setting. So anyone who's around me is relaxed. They can get comfortable. They can feel like they don't have to be on edge. I'm not a person that if you work for me, you're on ice and you like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to just be yourself, and I'm always myself. I'm like, what you see is what you get. So the same humble person that you see when you meet me is the same person I'm always going to be. And I just look for people to be the same. I will eventually be providing job opportunities. Right now, I'm just working on some funding for that, but I will eventually open up a lot of job opportunities for people there. Also, I am starting a scholarship with the NAACP through my business, and it's going to be the Taylor's for Large Boutique Scholarship. I also have a nonprofit for children, and that's Yes You Can Arts. And it's a program, it's an arts program that's going to keep the kids off the street. That is something that I love the kids, and they're important to me. So they are our future, and I want them to continue to be that. So I'm going to make sure that I give back to them, and I'm going to be providing scholarships through there as well. I'll be hosting an art gala every year with their art. I've talked to some city people that are going to come out to it and support it. So yeah, now I'm just getting all the little bits and pieces together so that by the time that the end of the year comes up, I have all the funding I needed. I have everything that I need set in place, because I want to go ahead and get it started so that way they can get the art ready, so that way we can get to the art gala and I can go ahead and have the funding for the building and all that kind of stuff and get it set up. But I will be having that, and the kids whose art makes the most money will get the scholarship. I got this opportunity. I also was on the news. I was published in a magazine, a paper magazine, for the month of February. They did advertisements for me. I was chosen by the Veterans Commission for the visibility program. So I had a lot to happen so far in this short period of time. And I was on the news in Florida before even being here. So I've had a lot to happen with my business though. The one thing I want to do with starting over, like when you go to a new place, it's starting over, pretty much, starting fresh. So really, it's really about getting the people there, because the place speaks for itself when they come in the door. It's just about getting them actually to the building. And then once that happens, it's just pretty much a go from there. The whole visibility thing, trying to be like seen so I can bring more people in, that's been a struggle to face. But at the same time, it's like I'm still overcoming those struggles, even because I'm still accomplishing tasks. Like I'm getting ready for my fashion show now. I have a lot of people that are wanting to model for it, and it's like I'm overcoming it. I'm getting the people to have a reason to come see it. But it's just gonna take its time or whatever. It's the first year in a new place, which is always, they say if you overcome the first year, you're good to go. It's always the hardest year in the first year. And this is a new start, because I can't really count anywhere else because this is fresh. The pandemic changes a lot for everybody. However, just like anything else, you adjust. So I just adjusted. I started off, actually, when the pandemic actually hit, I actually made masks for the hospitals. For the doctors and nurses, I stitched up masks because they had none. So I would do that. I would take it to them to help out. That was when I was in Florida. I helped out with masks and stuff like that. I just stitch them up. And that was my doing due diligence when it was necessary. Then I started to go from there in making outfits with masks. So I have outfits in my store that have matching masks. And I also have just masks for sale too, but it's like designer masks, like things that they're not just gonna go buy at the store. Yes, Sage has definitely been there for me in this aspect with this right here, and as well as my grand opening ribbon cut. They were the ones who put that all together for me. So I was definitely greatly appreciative of them for that. Well, like I tell my daughter and my son, in life, you have dreams, but you need to turn your dreams into reality because you don't want to dream forever and realize that you never really lived and you never really carried your dreams out. You don't want to wish you had done and never did. And I tell them that all the time because that's the thing. People will dream forever and they'll talk about, I used to have this dream as a child, and they're like 70 something, 80. Why didn't you never do it? You know what I'm saying? There's always a door. And when there's no door, there's a window. When there's no window, there's a chimney. And I'm going through all of them. And that's what they should do. I tell my kids, you never give up on anything that you're trying to do. It's about your will to want to make it happen. What I like about it is that it's not 100% built yet, but it's getting there. And I like to be somewhere when it's building, not when it's built. Because then you were there before it came up, and now you're there when it came up, but it's always about the people that are there from the beginning. It's almost like a relationship. If you were with someone when they were all the way down, they're gonna stick with you when you're all the way up. And the city's gonna stick with you when you're all the way up, when you were with them when they were all the way down. It's the same concept. And I'd rather serve a purpose versus than blending in with somewhere that's already established. Because that's all you're gonna do when you go to a place that's already established. You're gonna blend in, not stand out. You stand out when you're in a place where it's not established yet. They're trying to build it. Now you're actually making a difference to the people there versus, oh, it's just another place that just opened. Maybe we'll check it out on a Friday or Saturday or something. No, they're gonna be like, oh, I want to see what this is because we don't have nothing like this here. And that's what I want, to make an impact with people. Now we do have sizes of all the way up to about 3X. It is all something that you don't find anywhere else. It is original pieces that, if you like originality, you like to stand out. No matter what the curves that you have, the shape that you have, it's just all about knowing that you are going to be beautiful. You are beautiful in it and outside of it. And I want everybody that comes in to just have that smile on their face that I see, because every time somebody comes in, it's always a smile that hits their face. They get in my clothing and just faces light up. They pick up an item and they just never leave the way they came in, which is what I like about my store. Because I've been in people's stores and they don't make any difference. Like, you walk in and it's like you're walking through a store and it gives you no feelings and no emotions. But with this, I not only provide a vibe or a service to people, but I provide this experience that they've never had when they come in there. I also have events on Saturdays, alternating Saturdays. I have paint nights, I have shop and sing nights. So I provide things for the community to do on weekends. My whole thing is, there are other things to do that are productive off of the street. You can go and do something productive and not get in trouble. And my goal is not only to provide a service, but to keep some of these people off the street. Give them something to do that's productive that they can go and do and just have a good time. And then after that, it's whatever you want to do. But come in there, enjoy yourself. Have a little paint and sip night, and come in and do some karaoke and shop and sing. Stuff like that. Just giving people some fun stuff to do in the community. I have my fashion shows. Like, I'm getting ready to do a fashion show in April, at the end of April. So I'll be posting that to Eventbrite. But I have events and things, a lot of events, because I like to keep the community active. Give people things to do. And then in the meantime, they come to the store, shop. But the shows give people a chance to see the clothes on people. So if they haven't tried it, they see what somebody that looks like them looks like in it. So now you're like, ooh, I might look cute in this. Where you might have been scared to try it on at first. Because like I said before, people's self-esteem have dropped, especially for certain sizes, because they don't provide things like what I'm providing for them. So when I provide it to them, they'll be a little skittish at first about it, because they're like, no, I don't really want to show my arms, or stuff like that. But I'm here to show them that everything about you is beautiful. Everything. Every bit of you, including your personality, is to be loved. And I want them to love their self more than somebody else will, because it's going to start with them before it gets to somebody else. My name is Ashley Smith. I work at Taylor's Village Boutique, and I am Eastside strong.